Coming up on Citrus TV News, the Gulf Coast recovers from Hurricane Michael. The latest updates on the cleanup efforts and steps moving forward.
And stocks rally early this morning, but some economists are worried about the future of the stock market after a turbulent week.
And a meal plus a lesson in food service. Citrus TV's Lilia Wood has all the details on Onondaga Community College's so-called laboratory restaurant. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
An arrest has been made in the murder of a 12-year-old Syracuse boy. Good evening, I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Conor Wight. Syracuse Police Chief Frank Fowler says Alberto Pine will be charged with second-degree murder after allegedly shooting and killing James Springer III in the city's north side on Wednesday evening. Police say Springer was not a target and was caught up in an interaction between the suspect and another individual.
Springer's family held a vigil last night at the scene of the shooting. This comes less than 2 weeks after a 15-year-old boy was also shot and killed in Syracuse.
And if you're looking for a unique place to dine this weekend, consider a local restaurant that doubles as a classroom. With Love Palestine is Onondaga Community College's laboratory restaurant, where the students are taught skills they need to enter the food service workforce. Our reporter Lilia Wood has all the details on this Syracuse eatery.
Thanks, guys. The curriculum for this program is modeled after what employers are seeking the most: dedicated and trained workers. With Love Palestine makes this local restaurant the classroom, where the students are taught with real-world experience. Every 6 months, they select a new cuisine not easily found in Syracuse. Currently, they are serving Palestinian food.
It's some of the most fantastic and unique dining experience that you'll have in Syracuse and honestly outside of the city, New York.
Colin Towson is one of the 2 workforce educators to oversee the restaurant, and the rest of the staff, they're all in training. The students are either learning proper cooking techniques as line cooks or practicing their soft skills waiting tables.
Our main goal is to really instill a very strong work ethic within our students.
Some students, like Jacob Lawrence, are employed by CNY Works, a non-for-profit organization that matches skilled workers with employers. CNY Works signs a contract with Love Palestine to train workers who have little work experience.
To be honest, I've never been in any other restaurant. Really hated another restaurant, but
students can graduate once they master their restaurant position. The program teaches them not only food service skills, but also strengths they need to enter the workforce.
Punctuality, how to show up on time, and how to work hard. The number one request that we get from a lot of employers in Syracuse is if you can send us people that show up when they're supposed to, then we can teach them the rest.
By the time the students graduate the program, they are ideal candidates for employers.
It's just more stuff on my belt, more stuff to bring to another job, maybe another a chef job or a restaurant job.
And for these workers, the dreams don't stop at the kitchen door.
In 10 years, maybe a house and maybe a couple more kids or something.
With Love Palestine is located on North Salina Street. The Palestinian menu will continue to run until December 21st. Currently, With Love is seeking the next student entrepreneur that will bring yet another national or regional cuisine to Syracuse.
So, Lilia, you mentioned that they change their cuisine about every 6 months. So what cuisines have they done in the past?
Yeah, so they used to have food inspired from Pakistan, Burma, and then most recently Savannah, Georgia, which is super cool. They had comfort food like mac and cheese.
Love that.
Yeah, and the workers said that was so much fun to make.
So this place sounds great. I'd love to try it out. When does it open?
Yeah, so it's open Tuesdays through Fridays for lunch and dinner. So for lunch, you can go noon to 2, and then for dinner, you can go 5 to 8. But you can't make any reservations, and you're not allowed to have alcohol yet at all. You can't bring it or you can't get it there.
All right, thank you so much, Lilia. Sounds like a really cool place to check out. And now for some campus news, a Grammy-nominated all-female vocal group will be performing in Hendricks Chapel this weekend. Sweet Honey in the Rock is an ambassador for African-American culture and music. The group has traveled the world using their music to speak about issues of equality, empowerment, and solidarity. The event will take place this Sunday at 7 p.m. and is free and open to the public.
And Auto Tunes, one of the university's all-male a cappella groups, is hosting its 6th annual Cockapella concert fundraiser Saturday night at 8 in Hendricks Chapel. The concert benefits the Testicular Cancer Foundation, and this group has already raised more than $500. The event itself is free, but a $5 donation is recommended. SU football player Rex Culpepper will be a special guest speaker at the event to share his story. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer last year and is now cancer-free.
And now 3 distinguished SU alums will receive the Eggers Award at Orange Central next weekend. Former Alumni Association President Larry Bosch, domestic violence victim advocate Helen Lefkowitz, and TV programming director Fred Silverman are the lucky winners. Tickets to the award celebration and cocktail party start at $30.
Well, Rebekah, once again, that Syracuse weather has really been all over the place. Yesterday I was in a shorts and t-shirt. It was hot and sunny. Now it's dropped down into the 40s. It's freezing today.
I know. I really don't know what to expect. I'm surprised by all of this cold weather we're experiencing today. Zachary Levine, our weather anchor, is here in studio to tell us what else we can expect this weekend.
Nothing really much better, Rebekah. We're looking at the high 40s right now. We're going to be into the 50s and then back into the 40s throughout the week. But let's just look at today's weather right now. 49 right now. Feels like the low 40s out there. That wind chill. Hey, it's Syracuse. The wind chill, you can't get rid of that. 60% chance of rain tonight, so get ready. It's going to be a wet one heading into tomorrow as well. Quick look now tomorrow, 49 as well, so about the same high temperature. Down into the high 30s in the evening tomorrow, so get ready. Winter is coming, but I'm not going to jump too far ahead for that yet. Rain will stop in the afternoon, so tomorrow afternoon and then Sunday, which I'll get to later, will be nice. Quick look at our satellite right now. Nothing much this evening, but then big splotches of rain going to come through tomorrow and then tonight as well. I'll have more in your full weather forecast.
All right, thanks, Zachary. It may be a little too cold for ice cream, but Gannon's Ice Cream is coming back to downtown Syracuse. A combination deli, bar, and butcher shop will be serving 8 flavors of ice cream. The shop is also adding freshly brewed coffee and crepes made on a machine that looks like a record player to their growing menu. And a man facing felony charges for stealing more than a dozen firearms. 20-year-old Morgan Coles was caught on camera breaking in through the roof of a store in Genesee County and taking guns from shelves and putting them into a bag. Coles' trial will begin on Wednesday.
New York regulators are postponing the deadline for Spectrum to file a plan to leave the state. The cable company is getting 45 extra days to file their plan, with the deadline set at December 24th. The Public Service Commission ruled in July that the company had failed to meet their deadlines to extend its cable network to several rural areas in the state. This is the 3rd time the commission has extended the deadline for Spectrum. And today is the last day to register for voter registration in the state of New York. The midterms are under a month away, and last-minute voters have to be officially registered by midnight tonight. Voters can either register online at New York State's government website or send a voter registration form by mail. It has to be postmarked by today and received in the mail by the 17th. The midterm elections are on Tuesday, November 6th.
And coming up, the stock market's whirlwind week ends today. Find out how the market closed and what this spells for stocks going forward in the near future.
And a member of the royal family got married earlier today. All the details from another royal wedding. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. The Dow Jones finished off a turbulent week by closing out the day up almost 300 points. Wall Street saw the Dow Jones plummet earlier this week as much as 4% in the worst week the stock market has seen since March. The ripples were felt worldwide as foreign markets also took a dip in response to the Dow's troubles. Economists are keeping a close eye on whether this could spell signs for a future economic slowdown. And at least 11 people died from Hurricane Michael, which hit Florida's panhandle with winds reaching over speeds of over 150 miles per hour on Wednesday. The hurricane left 5 dead in Virginia, 4 in Florida, 1 in Georgia, and 1 in North Carolina. Michael has left more than 1 million people without electricity. Areas along the Gulf Coast have reported outages of cell phone services and other lines of communication. Flash flood warnings were sent to towns on the coast of the Appalachian Mountains last night as the storm moved through the mid-Atlantic. And Pope Francis is accepting the resignation of the Archbishop of Washington, D.C. after weeks of speculation of Donald Wuerl's involvement in 2 clergy sexual abuse and cover-up scandals. Back in August, a grand jury in Pennsylvania released a report accusing Wuerl of covering up for his predecessor, Archbishop McCarrick, and other priests while he was Bishop of Pittsburgh. The Pope is yet to name a replacement, and Wuerl has been asked to stay on temporarily until a new archbishop is named. And 2 weeks after the Facebook security breach, details are finally setting into place. Facebook now says that 30 million users, much fewer than the previously estimated 50 million, were exposed to the hack. For almost half of those affected, the breach compromised username, gender, current city, most recent searches, and more. Facebook will notify the affected users in the coming days. And if you visit Boston anytime soon, you may be shocked to see a giant cruise liner docked in Boston Harbor. The cruise ship Grand Celebration arrived in Boston last night to offer accommodations to several hundred construction workers. The workers will be helping the recovery process after the September gas explosions in Merrimack Valley. Columbia Gas workers are expected to replace 45 miles of gas lines throughout the towns of Andover, Lawrence, and North Andover. And American pastor Andrew Brunson is now free after 2 years in a Turkish prison. Brunson is accused of helping to plot a coup against the Turkish president. In court today, a judge released Brunson based on good behavior and time already spent in prison. Prosecutors in the case were recommending a 10-year sentence. Brunson's detainment has been a factor in the dispute between Turkey and the U.S. And wedding bells are ringing again for the royal family. Earlier today, Princess Eugenie, the daughter of Prince Andrew, married her longtime partner, Jack Brooksbank. The star-studded guest list includes actress Cara Delevingne, singer Ellie Goulding, and of course, Queen Elizabeth. According to the campaign group Republic, however, wedding security came at a £2 million cost to taxpayers. And tensions are rising in Turkey, where a journalist is feared dead after entering the Saudi consulate over a week ago. Citrus TV correspondent Michael Furnari has a more detailed look at this story. Michael?
Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi entered Saudi Arabia's consulate in Istanbul on October 2nd to pick up a divorce document. He has not been seen since, leading to speculation that he had been murdered inside the consulate. Reports out of Turkey and statements from the Turkish government point the finger at Saudi Arabia, and Turkey claims that they have video evidence of the killing. While Saudi Arabia's involvement has not been proven, the international reaction to the incident has been strong, earning condemnations from around the globe. But so far, the United States' response has been non-committal, as President Trump and National Security Advisor Bolton have both withheld judgments while waiting for more information. Of course, the United States does have a very close diplomatic relationship with Saudi Arabia, a relationship that is now transactional after years of arms deals between the two. In return for the U.S.'s weapons, the Saudis have been a U.S. ally in the Gulf region for years, despite the fact that the U.S. and Saudi's values have never exactly aligned, and still don't. If Saudi Arabia is to blame for Khashoggi's assassination, it is hard to imagine much changing. The United States uses Saudi Arabia to maintain status quo in the Middle East and to keep markets stable. Saudi Arabia's laundry list of human rights violations have never changed that. And in the long term, it's hard to envision the U.S. drawing a line now. Conor and Rebekah, back to you.
All right, thanks, Michael. Citrus TV News will have more on this story as more facts emerge and develop.
Make sure to follow us for more updates on our website and on our YouTube channel at Citrus TV.
And coming up after the break, unvaccinated children rates are on the rise. We'll have the numbers and more when we return.
And department store chain Macy's is again opening early for Black Friday. Find out just how early that is when Citrus TV News returns.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
And welcome back to Citrus TV News. Now a check at your more updated weather. Again, I want to start with tomorrow. Feels like the low 40s. I'm sorry, start with right now. Feels like the low 40s. 60% chance of rain tonight moving into tomorrow, so get those umbrellas out because it's going to be another wet one. Now taking a look at the storm here in the northeast, if you see on that far right, you'll see it again in a minute, that is the remnants of Hurricane Michael making their way out into the ocean, and with it more rain coming across from west to east and into upstate New York and central New York as well. So get ready, as I mentioned, for that rain tomorrow, tonight, and tomorrow. Now moving into tomorrow, a full look at your forecast, 42 in the morning, by noon up to 44, and then 47 at 6 p.m. So not exactly a warm day. So we're talking rain jacket, rain shoes, and umbrella as well. Now look at current temperatures, 49 in Syracuse right now, up in Fulton 49 as well, Rome at 50. I mean, looking across the board here, really pretty much the same temperatures no matter where you go. Rochester up at 50, Penyon 50 as well. Now look at our 5-day forecast right now. Saturday, rain chance, as I mentioned plenty of times. Sunday, clear. Monday, rain as well. And Tuesday and Wednesday, a small chance for rain. But really, Sunday and Monday, your warmest days. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to get a bit chillier. And looking on beyond Wednesday, it's going to be even chillier than that as we're going to get into some of the high 30s as your lows. Back to you guys. That's our latest weather.
All right, thanks, Zachary. Now, many children in the United States continue to go unvaccinated. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention reports the number of children under age 2 that have not received any vaccines rose from 0.9% in 2001 to 1.3% in 2015. Vaccine exemption rates among young children have been increasing as well. The CDC reported the median percentage of kindergartners with an exemption from at least one vaccine has risen to 2.2%.
And you might be carving up the turkey at 5 p.m. this Thanksgiving, but one department giant will be opening up shop for Black Friday. Macy's confirms that their stores will be opening at 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. This is the third year in a row that they will be opening at 5 and going until 2 in the morning. The retailer will be adding around 80,000 jobs for the holiday season. Both Kohl's and Toys R Us joined Macy's last year in opening at 5 on Turkey Day.
Coming up in sports, we have all the latest on today's SU Basketball Media Day. Men's soccer looks to keep it rolling against the top 25 team, and the Crunch are here to stay for a while. Keep it locked. Citrus TV News live at 6. We'll be right back.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Basketball is back in the Salt City. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Liberman. SU head coach Jim Boeheim and his team had media day today to preview everything that they will think of going forward into this upcoming season. Syracuse returns its entire starting lineup from last year, plus adds in transfer Elijah Hughes and 3 talented new freshmen in what may be a very surprising move for Boeheim. He said he wouldn't mind playing up to 10 people in the rotation. With updates to injuries, Barama Sidibe is dealing with knee soreness following surgery this offseason on knee tendonitis, but he has been practicing. Howard Washington is still ways away from playing, and Frank Howard should be good to go for the beginning of the season in early November. The Orange opened this season on November 6th in a matchup against Eastern Washington at the Carey Dome, and 1 week later, it is a trip to the Big Apple against UConn. Other matchups include a trip to Columbus to take on Ohio State at the end of November, and Georgetown makes its way up north the second week of December. SU men's soccer plays tonight in Kentucky against number 11 Louisville. Syracuse looks to continue its 3-game winning streak, and the Orange are riding high after their clean sheet of number 1 Wake Forest last week. SU comes into this one ranked 24th in the nation. Game time is set for 7 p.m. And SU volleyball returns home for a 4-game homestand after being on the road for 4 straight games. The Orange begin the home stretch playing Miami tonight in the Women's Building and then Florida on Sunday. The team will be wearing pink tonight in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All fans are asked to wear pink in honor of their pink game. First serve is at 7 p.m. And Syracuse women's ice hockey has its season home opener tonight against Mercyhurst. The Lakers won 4 out of 5 of their last matchups last season against Cuse. The puck drops tonight at 7 p.m. and then again on Sunday in a rematch at 3. And the Syracuse Crunch have renewed their contract to stay at the War Memorial Arena through 2030. The Tampa Bay Lightning's AHL affiliate announced a 12-year lease extension today. The Crunch is in its 25th year of operation, making it the 4th oldest team in the league. Syracuse's home opener is tomorrow night against the Charlotte Checkers at 7. And Yankees shortstop Didi Gregorius announced today he is undergoing Tommy John surgery in the offseason. Gregorius is set to miss part of the 2019 season due to injury. An MRI on Thursday revealed a tear in his right elbow. The Yankees believe this injury occurred last Saturday in Game 2 of the ALDS against Boston. Also for the Yankees, CC Sabathia underwent successful knee surgery today. He will be a free agent this upcoming offseason. And the National League Championship Series begins tonight with a matchup of the Brewers and the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw gets the bump for the Brewers. He went 1-1, splitting his series against the Brewers in the regular season. And for the Brewers, Gio Gonzalez gets the start tonight. It was a rough go at the beginning of the season while he was still in Washington, but he's been hot as of late once he was traded to the Brewers at the trade deadline. Game time is set for 8:09 p.m.
All right, so an interesting day for media day for basketball fans. Other than that 10-man rotation you were talking about, what was the biggest takeaway from today?
I think one of the biggest things is just the pure health of this team. I think that's one of the biggest question marks coming off of last season with so many injuries. Frank Howard still recovering from an injury that he suffered at the beginning of the preseason. But based on all the injuries surrounding this team, it looks like they're going to be mostly healthy to begin the season, which is, I think, very exciting if you're an SU fan.
Of course it is. I'm excited.
Yeah, you have a lot of huge matchups coming up right away, like Ohio State. You have Georgetown. Those are matchups that you want all your guys in for.
We're going to need them.
Yeah.
So then the men's soccer game tonight is about to get underway soon. So do you think that the team will be able to keep up the momentum in tonight's game?
It's going to be a tough one. Louisville is 9-2-2. In ACC play against Syracuse, not exactly good. And if you're Syracuse, you've really struggled on the road at points. Louisville is a top 15 team in the country, and Syracuse has shown an ability to really bring the bus, to stop people from scoring in the last 4 games. They've only allowed 2 goals. That said, Louisville, very high-powered offense.
They are. Let's hope that we can get the win tonight, however. Thank you very much. All right, coming up on Citrus TV, we have more about what weather you can expect this weekend. Stay tuned.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average 4-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And welcome back to Citrus TV News. We want to look at your 5-day forecast again, talking about rain all along here today. Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to have a rain chance for most of the day. But Sunday is probably your best day this week, honestly. Get out and enjoy the weekend, and then the rest of the week, some rain again.
Yeah, so this rain tomorrow, when are we going to see that rain move out?
Well, I mean, I hope it moves out early, but I just don't think that's realistic. I think we're going to be seeing it all throughout tonight, and then tomorrow maybe till around 3 p.m. And then the rain chance will dwindle off a little bit, but we should be out of the, into the clear and into the blue by maybe 5 p.m. So maybe tomorrow night's a better time to, hang out before the day not being too good.
All right, thank you so much, Zachary. And 7 years after her death, Amy Winehouse will be back on tour in hologram form.
The company Base Hologram will partner with the late singer's estate to create a concert tour that is set to go worldwide. The tour will celebrate Winehouse's legacy with digitally remastered arrangements of her classics.
Mitch Weinstein, Amy's father, says that the prospect of the hologram tour is a dream come true. He says he is excited by the idea that her music and legacy can live on in a new creative way. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Conor Wight. Good night.